Good morning, everyone. We are in Rock Creek. Just filled up the Ford Escape. Not sure exactly what the plan is, but I'm headed back to the Kootenays. For my truck, my temporary truck is fixed in Langley. The rental truck, they can't find anything wrong with it. Today morning they were still going to keep doing tests, but it seems to be shifting just fine. We'll see. Guessing I'll get to Castlegar right around 1:15 or so, and then I have to go get my, I don't know, am I going to Castlegar or am I going to Salmo? Because how does this SUV get back to Salmo? It's too loud with the window open. Set cruise control here. Either way, I gotta get my way to my truck. I'm gonna stop at my truck, or the rental truck anyway, and move all the stuff from the SUV into the rental truck. I took everything out because who knows if I was going to go back to that truck or not, right? So I took everything out. Now I've got to put everything back in. I've got to go to trail, get my trailers, and I don't know if I'll get loaded today or not, but it is what it is. We'll see what it is. Truck here, probably a local farmer, and I'm not in a big rig, which means I can actually do the speed limit everywhere and I can pass people. Control resumed. Beautiful day out here. Absolutely beautiful. Funny, the weekend was raining all weekend. Raining, cloudy weather. We couldn't really go out and do much. And then you come back on during the week and it looks beautiful again. Of course, there is rain in the forecast for Wednesday again, so this little SUV makes it all the way to Castlegar. I don't know if it's the CV boot or a wheel bearing, but something is definitely growling in that passenger front. Sure uses a lot of fuel too. So it was a full tank when I picked it up in Salmo. Drove to Penticton, back to Rock Creek, and it was on the empty. It's like, okay, time to fuel up. Having said that, you only put in 50 liters, so it's a pretty small fuel tank, so probably doesn't use that much fuel, but it feels like it drinks a lot of fuel. Have to stop and fuel up every 5 hours. I'm used to, in the big rig, stopping and fueling up every day, day and a half. Smell oil. Hoping that smell goes away and isn't the SUV. Slow down a little bit for those corners in a car, but don't have to slow down much. In the big rig, on the other hand, you got to bring her right down to 70 around those corners. Oh, I did something awesome Friday. Driving this thing home. When I got to Anarchist, coming down the hill, there's a brake check there. I pulled the car into the brake check, came almost to a stop, and I'm like, wait, what am I doing here? Hit the throttle, get back on the road, and go. But, oop. Such habit that I have to pull over and check my brakes that I stopped the SUV there. I didn't quite come to a stop, but slowed it right down. It's like, hey, wait a minute. I don't belong in here. This is for big rigs. It's like, oops. I could have passed there. The speed limit gets reduced to 70 and this guy's probably going to turn off. around a bit more, so yep, called it. Just the thing that happens if you are near home, just go for a short little drive, you're in no rush. So very often when I run into a slow vehicle on the highway, I predict that they're going to turn off soon. Excuse me. If I was in my own vehicle, I wouldn't slow down for these corners at all. But I'm not in my own vehicle, so I don't know this vehicle very well. I've driven similar vehicles quite a bit, so I have a good feel for it, but I still don't know the vehicle. I know it's got really good tires on it. So we got lots of grip on the road. They're soft winter tires. Pretty much brand new winter tires. This thing hasn't driven a lot over winter. Predicting that these rivers over here and Grand Forks will not go to flood level. It seems everything is taking their time to get to the crests, so predicting that as long as nothing changes, as long as you don't get a lot of rain, should not have any major floods over here, so that's good. guess I stop and grab some lunch here in Grand Forks when we go through Grand Forks. And then we'll find out what's going to happen after that. Wonder if little towns like this, Greenwood here coming up, could get rejuvenated, because there's a huge mine pit up on the mountains up here. I've never visited it yet, but I looked on Google Maps. There were precious metals, resources, or whatever they were taken out of here. Wouldn't you think there's still a lot more left? Same with for the gold rush. Don't you think there's still gold somewhere in these mountains that somebody hasn't found? Maybe there's not enough resources to put in a big mine. I'm sure if there was a market for it, there'd be a mine here, like there used to be. Big smelter. Yeah, the little creek here is quite the river right now, but they're saying it shouldn't reach flood level, so that's good. catch up with you guys once I'm in the rig and I know what's going on. Tunnel. All right. Just started her up, did my pre-trip. I got a Daycab that I'm bringing down to West Kelowna because apparently the truck has not been repaired. It needs a new clutch, almost like it's got the same problem as my truck had. Battery on this camera is almost dead, and check that out, I got all my stuff in here, just kind of crammed in. Yeah, because the battery is almost dead on this thing, I'll just record as long as we can, because how'd I do that? Because the cigarette lighter doesn't work in here and I can't charge anything. So I've got no GPS. Let's see if we can turn you guys a little straighter there. Is that straight? Looks fairly straight. Okay. So the battery won't last long in this thing at all. Let's quickly change the message here. Home, hours of service.
You have 13 hours and 0 minutes of remaining drive time.
Personal conveyance, because we're not getting paid for this. Where's my pen? I'll take a picture of where our mileage is. Once I'm attached to the trailer, then I start getting paid. So this is going to be personal conveyance. I don't know how to work this OmniTrax system. It's just the touch screen does not work well. I've pushed you. Okay, that works. Personal, you know what? Oh, there we go. Bobtail. Okay, hey, there we go, it worked. It's just very, very slow. Let's get rolling before the battery dies. Oh, that shifter is weird. Steering column is weird. I don't like this truck. So the truck I'm getting in West Kelowna is a manual transmission. Hopefully I don't grind too many gears. I should be okay in a manual transmission for a few days. Okay, so I gotta go to trail, get my trailers. and then head up to West Kelowna empty. Bunch of traffic here. So if the video all of a sudden just cuts off, it means battery died, and if I don't have a chance to charge the battery in the other truck, this might be it for the video today, but we'll try to get as much in as we can. Speed limit 60. Okay. So this is a Western Star. Seems to ride okay. I'm told the foot valve is sticky on this thing. How do you turn engine brakes on this thing? Is that engine brakes? Okay, yeah, that's engine brakes. Okay. Engine brakes is on the steering column. Okay. Be weird running without a GPS at all. I'm so used to having that as a good tool, backup tool. So I guess once I got the trailers, I'll take the Roslyn Hill. And take Strawberry Pass, take Highway 33 to Kelowna. And then switch trucks, and then I'm taking the trailers empty all the way to Vancouver, and switching trucks again, and then heading to, well, I'm going to load there then out of Langley and get back to normal running. Took me a bit to find the DEF fuel or DEF level. The fuel is right in the center. It's like, oh, DEF is a digital light. It just has 4 lights. So I'm at half a tank of fuel and half a tank of DEF. I don't know how long half a tank lasts in a truck like this, so maybe I should stop here and top off. But I'm running empty, so it should be fine making it up that way. It'd suck if it didn't. I think I'll top off over here. What a day. I hate moving stuff over from vehicle to vehicle to vehicle. So, what was it, Wednesday? Thursday I moved everything from my truck to the rental. Oh no, that was maybe Wednesday, and then Friday I had to move everything from the rental to the SUV. Now I've had to move everything from the SUV to this truck, and then later today I have to move everything from this truck into a truck in West Kelowna, and then tonight or tomorrow I have to move everything from that truck to my temporary truck. Okay, does this thing have a cruise control on it? Have not spotted that yet. There it is. Cleaning up the ditches is always kind of nice. Makes everything look crisper and cleaner and greener. Oh, that's the ESSO right here. Let's see if I can figure out the fuel cards. Fueled up.
You have 12 hours and 59 minutes of remaining drive time.
Thanks. Shifting is interesting on this thing, isn't it? Oh, what a day. It's definitely a Monday. So sorry guys that some of my videos have been coming out in lower quality, doing the funny black border around the video. It's like, I'm not sure what's going on there. Post them all onto YouTube exactly the same way, use exactly the same camera, same software to edit them together, so try to keep an eye on there. I think it is the software that I use to edit. I think that's what the problem is, but I haven't narrowed it right down yet, so speed limit is 90 up here. I don't have a GPS to remind me what speed it is, so I will have to just remember what speed it is. How do I know if cruise control is set? seem to know how to work the cruise control. So I know how to turn it on. That turns it on. This is supposed to set it. Yeah, just let go of the throttle and see what happens. No, it just keeps dropping down. Well, I might not have cruise control in this thing. Okay, I only have to make it, what was that, 4 or 5 hours? At least I'm getting paid. Dispatch called, said that track all kilometers, so I changed back to on duty. Track kilometers. I am getting paid for these empty kilometers of booting around, so I'm on duty. It occurred to me I have a second camera. Not sure how much battery life it has, but we've got a second camera. It's not synchronized to my phone, so I have no idea what I'm shooting other than a bunch of rock chips. It's a big one, and bugs splattered on the window. We're just climbing Strawberry Pass. Whatever this thing is, Western Star Daycab has got under the hood is not very powerful. Shouldn't be hauling Super Bs. Amazing how much you miss the GPS sitting on the dashboard if you don't have it. I don't know Strawberry Pass at all. And it's just like, okay, what does a corner look like ahead of us? Oh, I can't see. Can't see if it's a sharp corner or a nice loose short corner or a bunch of other tight corners after the corner. I like planning my corners ahead. Looks like I got a message. Oh, there's a play button. This E-log on this thing is incredibly slow, but it is a little more modern. But it is, the touch screen itself is really slow.
Message 1 received today at 4:12 p.m. We received a heartbeat notification and are following up to see if all is okay.
I guess they got a hard break. Recall hitting the brakes hard. The brakes do stick a bit on here, so beautiful mountains in the background through the trees. Yeah, I'm probably going to get caught for speeding because this thing's got no cruise control in it. And the throttle, I can't lean my foot against the firewall. It's just out in the open, so there's no easy way of controlling the throttle with my foot to just maintain the same speed. I find I'm fluctuating all over with the speed. Take me a while to get used to running a truck like this. Tell ya, I don't like it. I'm sure the highway version of it might be more comfortable than the Daycab version, but I'm not impressed with Western Star if they're all like this. This is a 2018. The road is so rutted out and bouncy and bouncing all over the place. I couldn't figure out where I was getting all this grease from inside on my hands. And like how did I get grease on my hand? I clean it off, and then 15 minutes later I got grease on my hands again. It's like, where is this coming from? Until I realized my broom, which I've thrown in here, has some grease on it. So I must have hit some grease with it somewhere, and of course I laid it on top of all my stuff in here, so anytime I touch anything in here, I've got grease on it. So I'm gonna have to do a good little cleanup job once I'm dropping off this truck. Make sure I didn't leave any grease on the seats or anything like that. Just 70 again. That's gonna make a dust cloud, yep. There's quite a bit of gravel on the road here. So yeah, right now, plan is still switch trucks in West Kelowna. And apparently I'm loading at Timber Mart in Langley tomorrow morning. And then hopefully back to normal. As normal as it can be till Jess can come back. Doesn't seem to have very strong engine brakes either. going down, so it's got to be pretty close to the Paulson now. Intersection's got to be coming up soon. I think I see it there, way in the background there. Slow, so we're 100, so it'll be at least 70. Yep, 70. Called it. In BC, it's easy to do that. I guess I should clarify for those that haven't watched my older videos. Speed limit's 100 kilometers per hour. If you see a single diamond ahead, most likely it's going to be a suggested speed of 10 kilometers below the speed limit. It'll never say 10 kilometers below. It'll never say, you'll never see a 90 kilometers for that corner. But as a rule of thumb, if you see a single diamond ahead, 10 kilometers below the speed limit. If you see a single diamond ahead with a square right underneath it, saying what speed it recommends, it's always going to be 20 kilometers below the speed limit. So if we saw one of those here, it would be 80 kilometers per hour. If you see a diamond with that square underneath, plus a slow ahead of that, we'll get a single diamond. Okay, so we'll get a single diamond first, and then behind that, further down the road, there's another diamond with a square under it. It will always be 30 kilometers below the speed limit or slower. So if I see a single diamond, another diamond with a square underneath it ahead of me, I know the speed limit's going to be 70 or slower around that corner. Single diamond ahead, the speed is suggested to be 10 kilometers. So you don't have to be able to see what the diamond says. You just know that, hey, I should take that corner a little slower. Now for cars, yeah, for cars, if it's slippery, yeah, then it'll matter, but everybody will be going at least 20 kilometers above the suggested speed. Highway 3 West now, off of Highway 3B, or I mean Creepy, no, Highway Creepy. Christina Lake, Grand Forks, Greenwood, Midway, Rock Creek. Now I've got to decide to go north to Kelowna or keep going west to Soyuz and then head north. It's 4:30 now. go west through Kelowna. Normally it's a little bit faster if there's no rush hour. It's 4:30 now. I don't have a GPS telling me how long it'll take me to get there. I'll decide when I get to Rock Creek. Yeah, I think I'll call it a day here. It's been a strange Monday. Hopefully tomorrow I'm back to normal. Everything organized in the truck again. And enough of this silliness. I suppose the plan will be, once the clutch has been replaced on the rental over here, well, one of us will take the rental back to Langley and then take the truck I'm taking from West Kelowna, bringing that one back to one of our yards. So sure makes it complicated when you switch this many trucks. Sure makes it complicated. Anyway guys, thank you so much for watching. Hopefully tomorrow will be better. You guys have a good Monday. Hopefully your Monday went better and smoother than mine did. And thank you for all the comments, thumbs ups, the subscriptions. A lot of new subscribers coming in, so thank you. I really appreciate that. Adios.